Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie fan here, and yeah, got a couple movies to review tonight. We got How to Be a Serial Killer and Saw 6. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna start off with How to Be a Serial Killer, 2008. Kind of a horror comedy, but it's about a guy. It's kind of hard to get talk about the narrative without giving away the ending, but it's a guy who's doing like a seminar, how to be a serial killer, and it's almost like it's shot traditionally, but there's just certain cutaways where it kind of takes on a mockumentary feel, kind of like The Office, where they're just like talking to the camera. The movie reminded me more of like a very, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but a very low rent. Behind the Mask, the rise of Leslie Vernon. It reminded me a lot of that, because this guy, he's a serial killer. He bumps into this young man who he works at a video store, and he's just taking shit from this one customer, and he just talks to him. He's like, wouldn't you just want to kill that guy? And of course the kid agrees, and they go out and they kill him. And so, which I know it sounds more gruesome than actually. What the fuck is that? I know it sounds a little more, gruesome than that, but or more serious. But it's all done in a very lighthearted manner. Like it's a dark comedy. I mean, that's basically all it is. But basically, you're just kind of, watching as these two, or at least as the older guy teaches the young guy how to be a serial killer. It just literally is like he's just kind of teaching him the ropes, showing him the ropes and everything. I enjoyed it. I won't lie to you. There's not really a whole lot of rewatch value because while the story isn't bad, and the acting's okay, it's just very low budget. Like, I don't know. Like, shot on video, low budget. I know some people like that, quality. But for some reason with this movie, it just doesn't translate well, I don't think. The ending's kind of neat. I won't give anything away, but you do kind of see it coming. You kind of ties everything together. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to say too much because it is a newer, or newish, I guess, 08. But I say if you're into stuff like that, check it out. Like I said, it really comes across like a low rent Behind the Mask. But like I said, overall it has moments. But yeah, that's really all I can say about that. It's actually on YouTube, so you can check it out. It's in sections. You gotta like watch it, But other than that, it's not too bad. All right, let's get to the main event. Saw 6. Bam. This is 2009. Didn't mean to make them like that, but and this takes place immediately after Part 5. You remember Part 5? Detective Hoffman pretty much framed Agent Strong? Yeah, Agent Strong. And pretty much just pinned it all on him, so everybody thinks that he is the predecessor to, or successor to Jigsaw. Shit, sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. I think I'm just really tired. But no, so he, kind of pinned it on him. So, in this one, we find out that, John Kramer, the original Jigsaw, he had one last game that he wanted to have played out. So, he leaves his wife this, box, and of course you find out the wife and Hoffman, that they're aware of each other. Like they know, she knows that Hoffman's, the new Jigsaw pretty much. And so he's got to carry out John's final wish, and of course, or his final, And the final game, and that's what I love about this one the best. Or it's one of my favorites. In fact, 5 brought me back into this series, but 6 just put it over top for me. Like, I just like, oh man, this is fucking awesome. And because what it is, it takes a very more of a social, commentary in this one where he targets the guy who was like the boss of his, like the guy who runs his insurance, like his insurance agent or whatever. And of course, this is before the entire Saw franchise. Kramer has but there's an experimental procedure that can be done over in Sweden. So he's like, help me out here and pay for it and everything else, my insurance. And of course they decline him, and basically because he doesn't fit the formula, and you can just tell all these people that work at this insurance company, they're all just money-hungry pricks, right? Like every fucking one of them. So he sees that. So now, of course, it's come to bite him on the ass. So in this one, you got I forget the character's name, but he's the main insurance guy. He has to play this massive series of games. It's it's all a set, but it's his big test is he has to play each of these, and each one he has to kind of confront people he works with, but of course it's almost like he's been playing God all these years. He decides who gets coverage and who doesn't, and now he's kind of got to do it for real. Like he has to decide who lives, who dies, kind of thing. And I really love this movie because before I watch this movie, and I've mentioned this story numerous times, I'm gonna mention it again. A buddy of mine was going through a really tough time. He was diagnosed with cancer. Before you guys start wondering, he's good now. Everything's But dude, the way the insurance company was fucking with him, it was ridiculous. And so it's just one of those things where he was just so upset. Like where's the money gonna come from, everything like that. And so when I saw this, I was kind of like, yes. Like, this is the few times where, because, the phrase torture porn, you love seeing people get tortured and everything like that. Like, I never quite bought into that, but now I'm just like, yes, I want to see every one of these fucking pricks suffer. And we do, so. And of course, and even the beginning, the opening trap is, two people who are like loan officers at a bank who are purposely giving out these ridiculous loans to people they know they can't pay it back. So then whenever, the people can't pay it back, they fucking come down hard on them and everything. And yeah, they had to play the pound of flesh game, which I really fucking love, where they have to cut off body parts to try to get whoever cuts off the most survived. You gotta mutilate yourself pretty hardcore there. Like I said, this is my third favorite Saw movie in the franchise. I love the overall game. I don't want to call it a twist, but I guess it is at the end, the revelation of who's actually being tested in this game and whatnot. I really dug that. And to me, like I said, this was the last. Because if ever, I don't know when I'm going to do final chapter, but this is the last. I mean, this still had John Kramer's fingerprints all over it. Even though he died, he was still setting this shit up. It was in part 7 where it became very hard to believe that Detective Hoffman's the one who's still, controlling shit or whatever. I'm just like, really? You were never really a mastermind. Maybe you knew how to set some shit up, but I'm sorry, I never bought into the fact that, Hoffman's like this insane, mastermind behind the entire, I don't know. I was never a fan of the 7th one. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. But this is the last one where I actually kind of felt like, oh wow, John Kramer's brilliance is still shining through. His influence is still being felt. Sorry guys, I'm got heartburn and shit. But no, like I said, this is a damn good movie. I love it. I didn't really notice it the first time I watched it, or first 2 times I watched it, but the music, I really like. It's Charlie Clouser, I think is his name. I could be butchering that name, but he's done all the entire Saw franchise, and it still has that same Saw theme. But there are just little nuances in this one I picked up on that I really dug. But yeah, overall, like I said, I thought this movie was great. There is a weird post-credit scene that literally does not tie into anything, at all. Post-credit scene, it's a flashback of when fucking Hoffman he rescues the little girl at the end of 3 or 4 or something, because her parents are dead 'cause they played the game or whatever, so he rescues her, but it shows you right before she gets rescued, and Amanda's talking to her, and she's just like, don't trust the guy who saves you. Which, it kind of makes sense, but it would have made more sense if that would have actually played into it, because that never resurfaces in part 7. It's literally just this random ass, almost like a deleted scene that they forgot to tack on to a previous movie, and they're like, fuck it, let's throw it at the end of part 6 here. No big deal, we'll just throw it at the end, so. So yeah, like I said, if you're a fan of the Saw series, obviously you'll like this one. If you don't like the Saw movies, don't watch this one. I literally hate when I read someone's reviews the first 5 movies sucked, so this, is no surprise this is going to be shit too. And I'm like, well, why did you even bother? Seriously, if a franchise sucks, I don't expect it to get better midway through. No, if it starts off poor for you, it ain't going to get, I don't know. But like I said, if you like the Saw, this is definitely one to check out. This is really gruesome. It's everything you like in a Saw movie. And once again, the main game's fun too. But it's also, you kind of got a lot of that cop drama stuff going on because now Detective Hoffman, even though he thinks he's in the clear, the cops are trying to close in on him now, like, and he's got to try to, outsmart them and everything. So, yeah, overall, I really dig it. Real strong entry in the Saw franchise, and yeah, so that's how to be a serial killer, which I'm giving it one of these. It wasn't bad, but I just don't see myself ever really watching it again. And of course, Saw 6, which is classic. So, all right, that's all I got, guys. Have a great weekend, and until next time.